Over at the Whip Basics Forum, there were a few questions according to the figure eight and the fast figure eight. For those who don't know that, we have a thing going on that's called the 10-10 challenge. 10 days, 10 minutes, one crack. And so the whole community tries to help. You know, people shoot little videos of their attempts, and they post it in the forum, and then we try to help them, or the members of the community try to help each other, which is a very nice and good thing. And so this is my part, and I'm explaining a few things on the figure eight. Point number one, the figure eight is basically nothing else than two circus cracks, or two cattleman's cracks, or two gypsy cracks, or two vertical cracks. You know, the funny thing is, by the way, I often hear that, oh yeah, Robbie, but I don't know that crack. You know, I know that it's all the same. So please, you know, forget about the names. It's about the technique, okay? So the figure eight is basically like this. You come, bam, here, then you follow through, and you do exactly the same thing there at the back, right here, 180 degrees there. One crack is here, you follow through, and then you are here, okay? So, thing number one, a lot of people are used to look after the whip, and that's a little bit of a problem, because you crack your first crack, everything is nice, then they turn around to look if they're doing everything right, like this. Well, it is right, but when you turn your back, you will bring the whip a bit over there behind you. And then when you turn your upper body back there again, the whip lies behind you. And when you pull it, then you will hit it into your legs. Sometimes, mostly, I don't know, but that's at least a thing that happens, you know. So, number one, just crack your whip here and stay there, and then you crack there. You will find it a bit difficult, yes, sure, but therefore it's called learning and not whip master, okay? So, again, you are one and you are two. And the most important thing of all is, it is not necessary to have a loud, huge crack all the time. You don't need a crack loud as a gunshot. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so the technique is important, the finesse, the whole thing. Just relax. You don't need this loud bam all the time. You know, therefore I'm avoiding a loud crack to show you that you can do it without a crack. Okay, the technique is important. So again, the slow figure eight, you are one and two. And then you can follow through, and you can here again, this and this. Important, just stay there, you know. Don't follow the crack all the time, because then there is a high chance you will hit it right into your legs, okay? I know it's tempting to look, what is my whip doing there? Yeah, sure, but when you get used to this, you will soon get used to that, okay? So concentrate there, focus there, and then you go one and you go two. And again, it is not important to have a loud crack. When your technique becomes better, when you refine your technique, when you work on your technique, the crack will follow, okay? Don't be one of those funny bunnies who think, I have all the time, bam, and bam. You don't need that, okay? Okay, if you need it, you're not a good whip handler. You missed the whole idea. So, enough for that. So, once again, the figure eight, you go one, you follow through, and you crack here. You follow through again, crack here, you follow through, crack here, follow through, follow through, and follow through, okay? So this is the figure 8. And there is an interesting thing. This is a little, yeah, I'm going to tell you. You can see, you can test that by yourself to see if everything is working fine. And allow me now to look back here, because I need to describe the single phases of the whole thing, okay? Well, I can do that without looking back here, yeah? That's not a point. I just have to look back to tell you exactly what I'm doing. Thing is that people always think, especially on the crack on the back, that they have to do here, whoa, very soon, very, whoa, this, and that results in having these things. I'm just, okay. So, just to see for yourself, you can bring the whip up, and when everybody thinks, yeah, that's too late, now there can't be a crack anymore, you have a crack, you know? Just let the loop roll down, sorry. Let the loop roll down, and in the end, a little chook with a wrist, and you have your crack. Or a snap. Remember, a snap is enough. You don't need that BOOM thing, okay? So again, you have your crack here, da-da-da, boom. You follow through, and you go, and right at the end, when everybody thinks, oh, that's too late now, there can't be a crack, but it's possible, you see, just like that. Bring it up, it goes down, and right in the end, you go like, whoop, here, just at the end. And that should tell you that you don't need force. And you go, yo, bam, this, you don't need this, because it's even enough to do this, just a little flick, okay? When your technique is okay. Now on to the fast figure 8. I mentioned that in Whip Basics Volume 2, the DVD. Just imagine to open a book, okay? So it is this, okay? It is this. You open a book, you do it like this. You open a book. You do this, okay? You do this. And for the left-handed folks, you do it like that. You bring like neighbor. You do it like that, okay? For the left-handed folks, like this. For the right-handed folks, like that. Looks very easy. It's not. So the thing is that you crack your whip, and then you go back instantly. You don't do this and you go back here. That's too much. It's just like here, and then open the book, and here. Okay? So, once more. I just have to take care that I don't hit Claudius flowers, otherwise I'm a dead man. Dead man cracking. Yeah, okay. So, you go. 1, 2, okay? The thing here is that a lot of you will experience this, that they have the whip around their arm and their wrist. I'm always a bit cautious here, because when the whip comes up here to my eyes, so I say, you know, I don't like that too much. And that happens when you bring the whip behind you. You are like this, and then you go this with the wrist like that. You see, like that, like that. And then the whip comes back, and when you have it like this, you know, it will always make a straight line, and then it can't do anything else than just wrap around your arm. What else, you know? Okay? The whip does exactly what you tell it to do. So when you bring the whip behind you, don't complain that it goes forward in a straight line when your arm is in the way. So again, you go 1, 2, okay? So you go 1, 2. You go 1, 2. To compare both, you are 1 and 2, and here you are 1, 2. Okay? And this is the base for the volley later on. The volley is that thing where you go all the time with this thing. Yeah, you shouldn't talk too much and crack a whip. No, thing is, you build it up in 3 steps. 1, figure 8, then 2, whoop, like this, and then number 3, you go this thingy, okay? But, you know, for the moment, I just wanted to show you this is the next step then. So, but ignore the volley. The volley will come when it's the time for that, okay? So it's, you know, just make sure that you know your basic. And, thank you. Yeah, okay, good. So again, your basics are important. The circus crack in both directions, and, which is very important too, with both hands, you know, okay? So, circus crack here and circus crack here, okay? Both hands, very important. The same thing, to make this a success, you need to know the underhand too. Yeah? You just go like that. And when you know about the underhand and when you know about the circus crack, then everything should be easier for you to bring those things together. When you ask now, hey, what the underhand crack for? Yeah, pretty simple. You crack the whip here, you crack it here, and then you have to bring it up here again. And so it's very good to be used that you're used to the motion to bring the whip up here. Not with a crack, yeah, sure, but you have to bring it back here. And to know those things, to know the feeling, it's a good thing, it helps at least. And if you like, you can combine those things later on to start the whole thing with an underhand crack. Then you have 1, 2, 3. Okay? So 1 more. And don't forget, well, I'm doing this in that angle because I'm talking to the cameras here. Usually you are like that. So I'm forward here and I go 1, 2, 3. Okay? And one more thing, don't let the folks irritate you out on YouTube and the internet who tell you, well, I'm going to show you now the figure 8. And what they do is bam, 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 and then bam, bam, and then suddenly something this, now the figure 8. That's bad teaching. That's really bad teaching, okay? I receive emails from people who ask me, who send me a link and say, okay, I tried to learn that from that video, but I don't get it. Yeah, pretty much simple, because those people are just showing off. They're really showing off. It's, okay, now I'm going to show, or after the crack, you know, I'm going to show you the circus crack now. And they start this and then bam, 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 and on, bam, and you know, all the shit, and say, oh, you know, that's the circus crack. Very nice, very good. They don't help you, they just show off, nothing else, okay? So, to sum it up, to bring all together, all those things, practice the underhand, practice the circus crack, and the rest will follow, okay? So practice this one, and practice that one, okay? Circus crack. You follow through and you bring the whip up again for the next. Whoops. And this, when you follow through back here, this is a part, an essential part of the underhand crack. Good. So, gee, okay, one more. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And so on and so on. And as you can see, whoops, oh, yeah, whippy-gummy. And you can see I don't have any loud crack here. I don't want to tell you, you don't need a crack, and I self to show off how cool I am. Bam, bam. No. I tell you, you don't need a crack to practice that, so you don't need a crack, okay? you go in 1, 2, you follow through, and again 1, 2, follow through, 1, 2, and you follow through, and then you go bum, bum. Don't make the mistake to say, okay, the slow figure eight is working now, and I have a glimpse of the fast figure eight, and now I'm doing the volley. Don't do that. You will frustrate yourself. Trust me. You know, that's one of those ba 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 things no one really needs. Well, if you like, okay, sure. The fact that I don't like it does not mean that others could not like it, you know, so whatever. I think this ba 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 thing, but that doesn't turn my crank, but, you know. Okay, so, ba, and like this, okay? I try to make it more slower. You go 1 and 2. Just let the whip form the loop, okay? You are 1 and 2. And avoid to turn. So don't go, because you will end like that, okay? Or right here on the wrist. Forward, and you go bum and bum, okay? And the last thing is, when you do that fast figure eight, it would be good to bring the whip at the end over your head to end it here, you know? You bring the energy down, so the whip will not end in front of you, fluttering around here to somewhere. You bring it down behind your back to the ground, nice and safe, okay? Good, so the whole thing, you go bum bum, and here it is, here we go. You go bum bum, and here we go, nice and safe. So that's it on the figure eight and the fast figure eight. And now good luck with practicing, and again, don't be frustrated if you don't have a crack. There are things which are way more important than to have a loud crack. For example, sunshine, a nice cup of tea, or coffee if you like. Have a nice day and bye. Tea? Yes, huh? Yeah, tea. Tea is good.